Hi guys, and welcome to another video about the Warcraft movie. Now if you guys like behind the scenes stuff, you're going to love this because this is going to link you to another video. Yay, I know. It's kind of lazy, again, but these are things I'm discovering and you might really enjoy them because I thoroughly did. This is an episode, a BBC episode on iPlayer, so hopefully you can get access to that. I'm not sure entirely if you can during whatever area you might be in, but if you can get access to the BBC iPlayer, then there's a program called Movies and Megastars, Warcraft, The Future of CGI. Now in this episode, it's a behind the scenes look of how Warcraft was made. So they go to the developers, the developers of the CGI, which is Industrial Light and Magic, and they go over the characters, the facial hair, the hair itself. They even made a program called Haircraft specially for Warcraft, this movie, and how the scenes are set, the atmosphere. There's loads of behind the scenes stuff. Just how the characters are built and created. It's almost like a video game to some degree. Watching behind the scenes of how it's made is quite fascinating. The mesh, the mocap, it's all there. So if you want to see that kind of stuff and you can't wait for like the DVD Blu-ray sort of bonus extras, because that's probably going to be in there, I imagine, something like that, because that's what you get to see now if you want to see it. I love this. You can check it out at the link down in the video description below. I hope that you can see it and you've got access to it in your country. If you haven't, then I do apologize, but I will describe a little bit about what happens in it. So I made a few notes whilst I was watching it. 3 minutes into the into the episode, you can listen to an annoying Cockney girl describe facts about Warcraft. It's pretty cringy, but it's worth watching if you are unfamiliar about the sort of origins of Warcraft. She goes over the where it came from, its humble beginnings in 1994 and 1995 with Warcraft 1 and 2, then how it became and developed into an MMO, all that kind of stuff. Just fun little facts, but she does it in a pretty cringy way. There's also interviews with the stars of the film. So we've got Toby Kebbell as Durotan. He's interviewed Travis Fimmel, Lothar, Ben Schnetzer as Khadgar, and Paula Patton as Garona. So amongst those, there's also a demonstration of how the CGI is made, which is really great because it's just a sort of like straightforward, here's how we're doing it, here's how these characters develop, here's how their facial expressions come to be what they are. Because you've got to admit, whether you like the film or not, the CGI and the special effects were pretty damn impressive. Those orcs looked almost more human than the humans did. So if you like that kind of stuff, then again, this episode's going to be great for you. And one of the things that really impressed me actually was Toby Kebbell. He, during his interview, just kind of like almost slammed down the other stars with his knowledge. He's actually very smart, and it impressed me. He's coming across as a bit of a talented actor, although I might be slightly biased simply just because of his answer during one of these. You can watch the episode for yourself to see what he says, but he essentially has soaked in all of the information that he's learned from his experience of like recording and being Durotan during this film. So he was going over his mocap experiences, how it's made, and the other guys, Lothar, Travis Fimmel, was just like, are you reading that off a teleprompter? He's just like, oh, it's so funny because Toby Kebbell's just like, he could tell he really enjoyed his experience of making the film, and he described a lot of how it was done himself. I mean, they have proper professionals that work at the studio to do it, but during his interview, he's also talking about how it's made, so I was really quite impressed with that. So it's worth watching for little moments like that, and you'll be like, oh, that's cool, that he actually took it that seriously and really got into it, and wasn't just sort of like treating it as a throwaway project. So, yeah, I like that. So basically, the whole BBC episode is just great for those of you that love behind-the-scenes stuff. So we do sometimes get to see Blizzard do this. They've shown sometimes how like creatures and units and stuff like that are made in the world of Warcraft. The artwork, the music that goes into making those games, you sometimes get that. I even enjoyed the Lords of War, the World of Warcraft series. It was like 7 episodes, and they kind of showed how that was done, and that was like showing off the warlords of Draenor. Shame that the video game didn't turn out to be too great, but the hype for it was very real. So this is again kind of like building up the hype for the movie. So again, if you've gone and watched the movie recently, you want to see how it's done, then go watch this episode. If you haven't seen the movie yet, This episode might convince you to do so, but I would suggest that you go watch the movie first, and then you can be like, oh, so that's how they did that. Oh, that's how they did that sort of thing. It's kind of cool. That's basically it, really. And also, feel free to cringe very heavily about how often hippogriffs, well, I should say, freaking hippogriffs, even I'm doing it now, how often griffins are mistaken for hippogriffs in this. That's right, the hippogriffs. If you watch this episode, you'll know exactly what I mean. Alright then, guys, hopefully this has been useful for you. If it has, then feel free to share, like, and all that kind of stuff. And again, I'll be posting in some more information regarding the Warcraft movie and other things Blizzard related in the near future. So take care, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.